With just 2 weeks left of the transfer window, the Alexander Isac saga has taken another turn, and this time it's one that could play directly into Liverpool's hands. The Reds have been patient in their pursuit, but fresh developments suggest the landscape around the striker's future may be shifting at a crucial moment. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Liverpool could be open to sanctioning a loan move for Tsimikas this summer after falling down the pecking order. Tsimikas was left out of the matchday squad against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield, and again on the opening day against Bournemouth due to widespread interest in a transfer. New signing Milos Kerkez started both games while Andy Robertson offered backup on the bench, leaving no room for Tsimikas. Nottingham Forest are known suitors, while the likes of Leeds, Valencia and Lille have also been linked this summer as Liverpool consider permanent offers for the 29-year-old. Transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano has now reported on X that Liverpool could also consider a loan move for the Greece international, whose contract at Anfield runs until 2027. A permanent transfer will presumably be prioritised by Liverpool, and with Tsimikas prepared to leave, his exit is expected to accelerate ahead of the September 1st deadline. For Tsimikas, though, a loan move could leave him with the sense that the door remains open for an Anfield return if Robertson's contract is not extended beyond next summer. Speaking in June, Tsimikas admitted there is a temptation to play more elsewhere, but that the 27 to 29 games I play every year in all competitions are more than playing 40 for another team and in another league. Liverpool are under no pressure to sell as a £25 million deal with Bournemouth, for Ben Doak continues their busy summer of sales, taking the total raise to £216 million. However, it remains likely that a permanent exit is signed off for Tsimikas, with Slot having shown his hand when it comes to his left-backs, as the Greek defender only played 1,675 minutes last season, of which only 833 came in the Premier League. Now in a huge Isak to Liverpool boost, Alexander Isac remains firmly at the top of Liverpool's wish list as the summer transfer window enters its final 2 weeks, and the saga shows no signs of slowing down. The Reds are poised to make their move if Newcastle United open the door, keeping alive the prospect of one of the most expensive deals in Premier League history. Earlier this month, Liverpool tested the waters with a £110 million bid, only to be swiftly rebuffed by their top 4 rivals. Yet Anfield Chiefs are far from discouraged. They are prepared to return to the table and are even weighing up a record-breaking offer that could eclipse the £116 million Bayer Leverkusen received for Florian Wirtz. For now, Newcastle remain unmoved, instead directing their energy toward bringing in not one, but 2 strikers of their own. The waiting game continues, but fresh claims from Richard Keys have added a new twist. Writing in his latest blog, the former Sky Sports presenter insists Liverpool have tabled not just 1, but 2 serious proposals. Newcastle have had 2 really good offers, Keys revealed. Liverpool are prepared to pay £110 million now. Their backup bid is £80 million now and £60 million more next summer. The only thing Newcastle have to decide is which one to take. That stance echoed what he had suggested during beIN Sports' coverage of Liverpool's win over Bournemouth, when he again claimed both bids were on the table, while also floating the idea that Real Madrid could yet enter the race. Meanwhile, former Manchester City financial advisor Stefan Borzen believes Liverpool's persistence could end up saving them millions. Speaking to the media, he argued that Newcastle's hand may already have been forced, with Isak's valuation subtly shifting as the window ticks on. I think if we'd looked at this at the start of the summer, you'd have said Liverpool will have to pay close to £150 million, Borson explained. But if he does end up going now, I think they've successfully chipped off £10 to £15 million of his fee. I can see a deal at around £125 million plus add-ons, some straightforward, others less so. For Liverpool, the ambition is clear. They want Isak, and they're prepared to break records to get him. The only question now is whether Newcastle will blink before the window slams shut. As the clock ticks down on the transfer window, the battle for Alexander Isac is shaping up to be one of the defining stories of the summer. Liverpool's intent is undeniable, their offers are on the table, and their willingness to smash records underlines just how highly they value the Newcastle striker. But with the Magpies holding firm and weighing up their own options, the saga hangs in the balance. The next fortnight will decide whether Isak becomes the headline arrival at Anfield, or the one that got away. In other news, Giovani Leoni will begin training with the Liverpool squad next week, with the £26 million centre-back now eligible to make his first team debut. With no first-team fixture until next Monday away to Newcastle, Leoni is able to take some time to settle in the UK before training resumes. Arne Slot is set to welcome his players back at the AXA Training Centre on Tuesday, as preparations begin for the first away trip of the new campaign. We'll train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so it's a nice week to come into the group. We have quite a long week towards Newcastle, the head coach told his latest signing on Friday. Leoni should be available against Newcastle bar any late fitness issues, and the teenager could take a place on the bench as he is considered an immediate first-team option. Leoni's switch from Parma to Liverpool was only made official hours before kickoff in the opening game of the Premier League campaign. Owing to registration rules, the 18-year-old was therefore not able to feature, though in all likelihood Slot would not have considered him even if the paperwork was completed in time. Instead, Leoni watched the 4-2 win over Bournemouth from the stands at Anfield, sitting in the area typically occupied by club officials and guests in the main stand. The Italian met some of his teammates after the game and was pictured standing alongside Alisson, with Slot pointing out the height difference between the goalkeeper and the lofty defender. Leoni is of course eligible to feature for the under-21s, but it is unlikely he will be called upon for their league opener against Leicester on Monday night. That would impact on his involvement in senior training the following day, at a time when Leoni will be looking to make a strong first impression on Slot, his staff and the squad. Liverpool were boosted by the return of Joe Gomez for the win over Bournemouth, and he came off the bench to play the final 18 minutes at right back. With Connor Bradley sidelined and Jeremy Frimpong feeling the effects of his Premier League debut, being brought off after an hour due to a hamstring complaint, the number 2 will be required for cover at right back. But ahead of an expected move for Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi, Slot does at least not have 4 established options at centre-back and starters, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate, and backups Leoni and Gomez. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.